Hey guys, what's going on? It's Brandon. There's 80-mile-per-hour winds coming, tornadoes. We're right in the path of it again. I'm glad I came back down. I drove over 100 miles to come back to the vet to get it inside of a building. And it's in a steel building. Hopefully the building holds up. Obviously, if a tornado hits it, that's not going to be good. But anyhow, so I'm just sitting here. I can also put the van in the building here in a second, but I figured I'd sit out here and chat with you for a second. Had an eventful evening. I'm glad I always do my homework before I buy things, not to save money, but more so to just make sure I buy the right product. And ironically, the Honda generators were not the best option for what I needed. The Honda has a 2200 as well as a 3200, and I was leaning towards the 3200. And when I read the reviews on the websites about the 3200s, there were a lot of people who said that it stopped functioning the first time they ever used it, and just problem after problem after problem. And it seems like it was an electronic issue. Like they just couldn't get it to fire. That it would turn over. It's and just all kinds of different issues. But because they got so many kill switch sensors on them. So long story short, I ended up going with a generator called the WEN, which is WEN, which is you say it's a cheapy Chinese generator, but the thing is they got great reviews. But here's the other thing. I tried to order the Honda generator through Walmart, and I actually went to Walmart this afternoon after I made that first video about the stocks earlier, which I want to talk about that in a second. Remind me here. Try to remind myself. But I went to Walmart and I said, why is it that I can get the protection plan on the 3200, which is like a $2,700 generator, guys, really expensive? Why can I get the protection plan for 3 and 4 years on the 3200, but I can't get the protection plan on the 2200? Because I was just going to get the 2200 because they're only like $1,100, right? And that should get me by, right? So they looked and they said, we just don't offer it on the 2200. So the nice thing about the Walmart protection plan is the damn thing breaks. You just go to any Walmart in the United States, and you call up the company, the insurance company, and Walmarts are all over the place. You're going to get a resolution. And the insurance on it's like $50. So it's a no-brainer. So anyway, so I start watching these different videos about the sound again, and I come across this WEN generator, and I'm looking at the stats on them. They're quiet. Okay, great. I see a couple of videos where they're comparing them to the oh my God, I can't believe there's a jet actually trying to land in this shit. Okay, let's walk outside and show you. I can't believe there's a jet trying to land right now. This jet's gonna get struck by lightning. I'll actually bet money on it because I've seen lightning 3 times now in this spot where it's at. All right, let's see. I won't bet money on it, but it's got good odds of getting zapped. Let's see here. I don't think I can zoom in with this. Oh yeah, you can zoom in. Okay, cool. Well, I don't know if you're going to be able to. How can I find the jet? Damn it. Should be a jet. There it is. Let's watch the jet get struck by lightning. Ba-bam. Oh, he's getting lucky. He got lucky. Anyhow. Okay, so I bought this one generator for 2 reasons. One's the protection plan, because Honda doesn't really have a protection plan. You got to just take it back to Honda, and there's people who said, oh, I had my Honda generator in the shop for 2 fucking months. What's the point of spending all this extra money on a Honda if it's not even reliable? And there's a lot of people who had the problem with the 3200. The 2200 is bulletproof, but the 2200 is just a little bit too low a power for what I wanted, because in the wintertime, I'm going to be using the little portable heater, and the little portable heaters are like 1500 watts when you have them on high, and the continuous power rating for the Honda is only 1800 watts. So it's just barely above the 1500. So I'm really not. And then not only that, but now you're stressing the generator out because you have it almost at max capacity. So it's making a whole bunch of noise, right? So this 2800 that Wen makes is kind of like the perfect in between, and it's got really low decibels. It's rated at 60 decibels, whereas the smaller Wen, which is the comparable one to the Honda, is 65 decibels. And then if you go up to the bigger Wen, which is in the 3000s, also 65 decibels. Now here's what's interesting. This 2800 comes with an option to run on propane as well as gasoline. It's a dual fuel generator. So it's lightweight, it's very quiet, and it runs on propane. The reason why I got to thinking about the propane as being a really big perk is if you wanted to have the generator run consistently for a long time and not have to be fucking with gasoline and waking up in the middle of the night to put more gas in the generator. See, I was already a step ahead looking at auxiliary fuel tanks for these little portable generators, and now you're dealing with hoses and gasoline. And here's the thing, you're just about to go to bed. You might be out in the middle of nowhere somewhere, right? You got a camper van, you're doing your thing, you're parked on the side of the road somewhere. You don't have access to a shower per se necessarily at that moment in time. You're going to take a shower in the morning. Now you got gasoline all over your fucking hands, all this shit. The propane, it's got this cool little quick connect, which is like an air hose fitting that just plugs right into the fucking generator, and it runs for like 14 hours based on a half-filled propane tank instead of 3 hours. I mean, that's a big difference. So yeah, propane, now you got to go get your propane tank refilled, blah, blah, blah. But the thing is, the generator still runs on gasoline. And the other perk is during the wintertime, there's all kinds of bullshit additives in the gas, which cause the generators to go bad, fuck up the carburetors, so on and so forth. So I'm pretty excited. And the thing is, guys, with the protection plan from Walmart and everything, it was only 500 some bucks shipped to my door. So it's like, fuck it. Well, you know, I can't go wrong. It's like 1/5 the cost of the Honda. So it's like, even if it breaks, I got it, anyway. So I'm really happy with what I've done. The 2200 was also sold out at Walmart. I was literally like the guy looking at the last one while I was there at Walmart in a panic. I'm like, it's the last one they have in stock at Walmart. And we were sitting there talking about it, and I ended up passing on it. So they're now sold out. They've still got some of the 3400s or whatever they are, 3200s. Anyway, with all that said, I think a tornado just went by my grandfather's ranch in Indiana. I'm gonna go check on their place in the morning and make sure they're alive. I might drive up that way tonight. I'm worried about my van getting hailed to death, and right now, because it's coming. I guarantee there's hail coming with as strong as these winds are and everything. And this van, I mean, 80 mile per hour wind at the side of this van, it might be able to flip it over. So it's nice that we have the battery and all the weight in the back now, but still 80 mile per hour on this van is no joke. So I can't believe these planes are able to land right now. They must have been circling this whole time, and they finally just got an opening where they can all come in because they're just coming in one after another. That's really crazy. That one doesn't even, that's a big jumbo jet. Cincinnati Airport. It's a big boy right there. But anyway, he's just putting along real slow. But I'm glad I got a generator because with all these tariffs and everything. So here's some interesting thing about the tariffs, guys. It doesn't actually affect the chips. So it affects Taiwan. So it affects Taiwan Semiconductor Company, which fell a bunch today. But it doesn't affect the chips, which I had a feeling that it wasn't going to. So that was a full sale. Okay. I need to get on an overnight trading platform like Interactive Brokers where I can trade the S&P 500 at night, because I would have definitely bought calls at the bottom of this last dip. It went from like SPY went from like 543 back up to 549 in a very short amount of time. That's a double your money situation. But anyway, in the morning, Taiwan Semiconductor. So anyway, all the power is getting knocked out all over the United States. once enough power gets knocked out, I think there's going to be hackers from Russia and China retaliating against us. They're going to knock out our power. So now you know why my gut said to get a van with a battery in it, right? So anyhow, and then I can drive around to find cell reception, find a cell phone tower that works somewhere. Or if there's no cell phone towers, find somebody who has a landline that works. I can chase the internet so that I can trade stocks, because the stock market's going to fly up, because Bitcoin's going to go, because the tariffs are going to cause inflation. Bitcoin's going to react, and the stock market follows Bitcoin. It's that simple, guys. So anyhow, big lightning strikes, just crazy weather. So all of Pakistan's power's out. Just all kinds of crazy shit's going on. They're shutting off the power all over the place so that people can't trade stocks, so that only the elites get super rich when the stock market flies here soon. Anyway, because we're going to pass over the 100-year trend line, that's a really big deal. So the stock market's just going to fly. So, all right, guys, that's all I got right now. That is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence, right? So, anyway, I wanted to talk to you about Wolf Speed. I don't know what they're going to do on that. They might continue to take it down and have a bunch of bankruptcy headlines pop and all this shit because the new CEO doesn't come in for a month. So my focus is more so just going to be on the S&P 500 SPY options. And what was I going to tell you? Wolf Speed has... I'm going to start moving because I have a feeling there's hail coming. Wolf Speed has the ability to build chips for NVIDIA. And what that means is if all of a sudden Taiwan gets embargoed by China, then Wolf Speed would win the day. Also, another thing about Wolf Speed is their chips are very heat tolerant. They can run at like double the temperature. It's like a new technology. And so it's like Legos when you're building these big super servers for artificial intelligence. Man, look at this weather. Oh, you know what we should be doing is looking for tornadoes, because this is some really mean weather coming in right here. Okay, hang on a second here. Give me a second. Really mean weather coming in. Really low level cloud formation. I'm getting next to the garage where the Corvette's at. I gotta be careful to make sure I don't have the let me make sure the van, I've never actually put the van inside of this particular garage. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna fit. Wow. Like we just got struck by lightning. Let me show you something here. Look at the rain coming at us. Okay, guys, there went the power, like I told you. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna go ahead and put the van in the garage. So give me a second here. Man, I'm soaking wet. Soaking wet. Got the van in the garage. Holy buddy. I need to shut the garage door before the roof lifts off. Okay, you ready to see a wet guy? Look at that wet guy. I am soaked. Fucking soaked. Here, let me turn on the give me a second here. Glad the roof didn't lift off. That's hail. Ooh-wee, buddy. Hang on a second here.
You need to be in your storm shelter, basement, closet, or bathroom. This could be a strong tornado. That is a big debris signature over a pretty populated area. Again, right along I-64 and 265. Moving towards Todd's Point, Ribbon Hill, and Chestnut Hill.
Wow, guys.
Just east of Louisville.
That, so anything that's east of Louisville is going to hit us eventually, too.
Seek shelter immediately. So this is now officially a confirmed tornado. So this is a confirmed tornado. Again, right over the Interstate 265 and 64 corridor. You'll be in your storm shelter, basement, closet, or bathroom.
Oh, guys.
This tornado is going to be currently approaching. We get some clouds here.
Keeping it exciting for you.
Again, right now it's over that intersection. It's going right over the Valhalla Golf Club. There's a lot of golf clubs here, believe it or not. We got like 3 golf courses just in this area where the tornado's hitting. It's a lot of neighborhoods as well. It's going to be approaching Shelby Trails Park, Stone Creek Camp, Bradshaw Duncan House, and again, just a lot of golf courses right now. Unfortunately, it looks like this tornado, again, just is literally crossing over the 2 different interstates. So there's probably a lot of cars and vehicles in this area. It looks like the tornado's hitting the Christian community of Louisville.
I'm going to give you something to see here. I need to sit. See that? I could tell when I was driving out on the street when the lightning struck. I could tell that the cloud that I was seeing was like a tornado cloud. It was very low and spinning. But you can feel it. Really hard to see tornadoes at night. Lights out. Everybody's power's out.
Also, we just got a new tornado watch. Brand new tornado watch is in effect. This goes until 6 a.m. It is a long night for some people. This tornado watch goes until 6
I need to
a.m.
get a
This will
towel here.
include Kentucky, Tennessee, northern Mississippi, and northwest Alabama. A few tornadoes are likely, scattered hail up to the size of ping pong balls, and then scattered damaging wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour are likely.
Okay. New clean fresh towel. Wow, you guys. Glad that I drove back to put the vet away.
This is an urgent alert. A tornado is on the ground. Seek shelter immediately.
Oh my God, where? Somewhere
This is
else.
still, there's no update. The tornado warning updated. It is still a tornado, and that is still a significant tornado right now on the east side.
So that's Louisville. I'm going to turn him down because otherwise my YouTube might get attacked for copyright or some bullshit. So anyway, what was I saying? So Wolf Speed chips, they can work for NVIDIA chips. And what it means is you don't have to have as much cooling per unit of chip space. So you can actually make the clusters for the AI that much tighter, because you can have these really hot, capable components. So anyhow, so we'll see when Wolf Speed flies. I don't know when it's going to happen, but when it does, I don't think there's going to be much warning. I think it's just going to go straight up. Like, it'll just wake up one day and it's going to be like $50 or more. So anyway, that's all I got. That's not financial advice. See ya.